Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Well, this is another one of the biggest scandals yet, and nobody is actually talking about it. And in fact, everybody should be talking about it, and we should be told as people that this is what's currently happening, so people are actually aware and can make a better choices. So believe this or not, but there are hundreds and hundreds of tons of illegal, unsafe meat and dairy coming into UK on a regular basis. And scary part is they only check in less than 1% of the vehicles coming in through the border. It does then make you wonder how much of the stuff is actually getting through. See, this is not just the made up information. This is all through the MP's public reports. It's all available online. And actually themselves, they're calling this a crisis. And in fact, one of the biggest threats to the UK food system. So in fact, they are checking, right, less than 1%. They're checking 0.2% of vehicles. We're talking about 1 in 500. And they're seizing tons and tons of illegal meat. I'm not being funny, but if this is such a big issue, they're calling this a crisis and the biggest threat to our food system, why aren't they checking more cars more often? We're talking about 1 in 500. This is ridiculous, okay? You can imagine how much of that dirty, unsafe meat is already here. So there was a report, and between 2024 and 2025, they seized 235 tons of illegal meat and dairy. Over the past couple of years, the Dover port itself, just the Dover, seized 300 tons. This is really horrendous amount. The scary part is a lot of the times that meat comes in, it comes in without any paperwork, without any markings, and a lot of the times they don't actually know where the meat is coming from or where it's going to, right? They did find that majority of the times they think it's coming from Eastern Europe, things like Moldova or Romania. But the point is as well that that meat comes in a horrendous packages. Okay, we're talking about meat found in bin bags, in suitcases, in cling wrap, in cardboard boxes, just by itself on the floor. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And the thing is that meat will never have any paperwork. It doesn't have no origin, no stamps, nothing at all to prove actually even what it is. In a lot of cases, the report, they said they didn't actually know what the meat was because it's been in a storage or in a transit for a very long time. So the point is, it's not just about meat being illegal. It's the condition that enters the country is absolutely horrendous. None of those vehicles that bring the meat in have any refrigeration. Okay, and we're talking about the scale. We're not talking about a massive lorries like, with refrigeration and fridges and taking or smuggling meat illegally. They're little vehicles, they're little vans, they're little cars, all right? And the lots of the meat, we're talking about between 20 and 200 kilos, without any trace, without any origin, without anything at all. So the question comes to mind, where does that meat go? Well, exactly, certainly wouldn't be going to Tesco's, would it? And see, according to the reports and according to the government, they are already adamant that this meat is entering our food system. So it's already circulating in our food system, okay? And as I said, because it won't be going to us, they won't be going to Tesco's, because see, however bad those supermarkets are, they do have their standards, okay? They have their audits, they have their checks, and they do require certification for the meat. Give or take, there have been some issues with, we call it mislabeling and the horse meat scandal, but generally they're really strict on that kind of thing. So it does then make you wonder, where on earth does that quantity of meat going? We're talking about tons and tons. Okay, this is just what's being caught. So we're talking about hundreds of tons, thousands of tons probably already entered the country and circulating. See, according to them, they will be going to places where there is no checks required. And they're talking about potentially these small independent butchers, market stalls, maybe takeaway places, basically where paperwork doesn't matter or the paperwork doesn't get checked. And it is very scary because we're not aware of anything like that. We as the public not been told that this is happening for us to be a little bit more aware. And as I said again, guys, this is not to do with just fact it is illegal meat. And the fact is that it comes sometimes even illegally slaughtered. It comes just in the bags, in the cardboard boxes, on the floor. It's got no stamps, it's got nothing. Sometimes they assume as well the meat could be illegally slaughtered and nobody knows the country. Well, the fact is as well, if it comes from like Romania, it could be, meat could be sitting outside in a van for like 2-3 days, all depending. It becomes unsafe. Just imagine the bacteria, having this in the bag, it sweats, it's horrific, okay? And it's somewhere there in the system. Okay, and they're not saying is they can't pinpoint to where is it going, like specific butchers or specific markets, but they know it's going somewhere. Okay, because nobody's going to import, say, 200 kilos of meat and then put it in the fridge. There's a whole thing There's a whole thing going on. It's like a undercover imported meat issue that is currently happening that is not really being talked about. So the thing is, for us, for the people, we have to be extremely careful where we buy from. And I know obviously people normally say, yes, we avoid supermarkets because we want to go to butchers because, well, we can guarantee where the meat's coming from. Can we? Can we actually now guarantee anything, knowing that this is happening on a regular basis? Can we now guarantee that our meat is safe anywhere? So to me, looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, well, at least supermarket, it can actually, trace it back to origin at least, But now I'm a bit worried and say I wouldn't want to trust anything anymore. It's now, I think, if you are close with your butcher, or if you're not, if you're looking for a butcher, if you're trying to find a butcher, or if you found a butcher already, the questions probably will have to be asking is, does your butcher know where the meat's come from? Can they prove what farm maybe it was reared on? Can you actually prove anything? In a lot of cases, as I said, the meat comes totally unmarked. But we know in UK or in EU, in fact, the meat does get stamped quite often, so you can actually prove the origin and obviously the farms and that kind of information. It's kind of on there. So this is the questions we have to be asking now. We have to be asking the butchers to prove or to say whether they can clarify where the meat's coming from, because this is, to me, it is absolutely horrendous. See, I don't have a local butcher anymore, but before, when we moved here, there were 2 butchers about, and I've been told that one of those butchers got caught in Asda filling up his trolley with meat on the deals during the Christmas time to be able to resell it in his own shop. Okay, I understand it's business, but we trust people. We want to trust those people. And unfortunately, in this instance right now, I'm like, do you know what? I don't think I can trust anybody. Be this my prepping part, normally question everything, don't trust anybody. But this is it's there just for you guys, for the information for us to understand. And this is the reason, again, I'm doing all of those videos, to expose the food system. It's so much stuff currently happening, so much, but yet a lot of it, it's available public information, but it's not really gets talked about. Okay, as a consumer, we need to know what's currently happening. We need to then be able to make better choices, or at least question what we buy and where we buy it. So there we are, guys. I do hope you have found this video helpful. I know it is a really horrible thing, because meat, we all like meat. We do like meat, and we shouldn't have to really question the safety, not just the origin of our food. But there we are. Anyway, so I hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.